Do not attempt to adjust your set. This is a streaming freedom video bulletin. It cannot be stopped, and it is the only free voice left on the net. Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. For today's Skyrim video on the PS4, I wanted to cover some bugs that I have recently become aware of. These are bugs that I was either aware of in one instance but didn't know what was causing it, or simply did not know about when I had made previous videos explaining the new creations page as well as the changes to the mod loader. We will also be going over a feature that isn't bugged, at least not that I can tell, but that I have been testing now for a couple of days and can confirm that it does work, and that is an option to save your current mod loader to Bethesda Net and restore from there, so we'll be going over that. But before getting any further into the video, for you PS5 users that are experiencing crashing in the creations menu, I recently uploaded a video. You can find it on the main page of the channel. It'll be right before this one. That was called For PS5 How to Avoid Creations Crashing, and that was all thanks to OmegafrazGaming, who provided information for that. So if you haven't seen that yet and would like to, please definitely check it out after this video. But besides that, there is also, for those that would like to see it actually in action on a PS5, being as I was not able to do that, as well as find out some more important information regarding the crashing when attempting to do the fix, please check out a YouTube channel by James Emerson called the Stoners Roundtable Podcast, and I will be leaving a link in the description box to his channel. Just hit show more, but he has a video up on that, so definitely head over there and check that out. And guys, oh.
Well, what happened? They changed channels.
So the first bug that I wanted to cover was something that I was unaware of at the time that I made my walkthrough for the new creations menu, and that was an option that allowed you to download all of your own Creation Club content. I made a pinned comment about it since, but I figure probably a lot of people that already watched the video obviously aren't going to see that comment, and it is possible that this bug could be causing you to crash in game. I'm not certain, but it's definitely worth checking out. This bug doesn't allow you to actually download all of the creation content, and even worse, if you come to installed content, it will look like you did have it. Fishing and survival mode both showed up in my installed content, but yet they were not actually downloaded and installed. I had to download and install them manually. So let's take a look at that now. So when I found that some of my CC was not installed, I had used the download all owned Creation Club creations, and I had thought that got everything because I didn't own very much creation content to begin with. However, what I soon discovered was, while the option did work somewhat, it worked on some free armors that I had picked up, some character armors as well as these two horse armors here, that if I went into them I could see that it showed they were installed. What I didn't know at the time was the 4 free CCs that we got with the 120 update, the AE update, Fishing, Saints and Seducers, Rare Curios, and Survival hadn't downloaded with the rest. Now, because I never used Survival or Fishing, I decided I wasn't going to bother to reinstall those, and instead I did manually install, because I liked both Saints and Seducers as well as Rare Curios. Just install those and not the other two to save on some space. However, I kept crashing a lot in game, and eventually I thought, well, it's probably because those CCs, all of them, had been in my save file for quite a long time. They are present there, so perhaps that is the reason why I was crashing more often than not in some particular areas. I decided to check and see if on the game's actual pause menu, where it showed what DLC and creations that you had, if it showed them there, and it did, but yet coming back to the creations page, it was not showing that it was installed. So I did go ahead and manually install them from here, and I haven't been crashing as much. So my suggestion to you would be that it might be a pain in the ass, but come into the creations page, into your CC content, and anything that you own, check and make certain that it is saying that it is installed here. If it doesn't, install it. The good thing about that is you will only have to do it once unless you uninstall the game, which is the only way to remove CC content. I don't know that it will stop your crashing, but it might help with it. The next bug that I want to go over is to actually kind of a twofold, both to do with the mod loader and what anybody has noticed that has been trying to use it. One, that it is disabling mods by itself. You will find a lot of times that your mods are disabled. Now you can re-enable most of the time all of them from the main page without even having to go into the loader, although I do find on occasion one or two mods still won't be active. You can check that from the in-game menu where it is less likely to crash. But the other thing is that the mod loader does crash as you are scrolling through it. So now let's take a look at what I discovered there. So right off the bat, I'm going to tell you there is no way to stop the damn mod loader from crashing if it wants to. That's going to be up to Bethesda. However, I do think I have discovered the reason why at least my own loader is crashing. It is a certain section of the loader. The mod loader has reordered mods where it wants to, but I noticed whether I scrolled fast or slow, allowed all the images to load or not, it would always crash right here. Anytime it got right to Lady Imbram's Circus of Mirth, if I'd be here and I simply went one down, as soon as I went down, it would crash. At the time, I suspected it might be this particular mod. Maybe it got corrupted by the update, so I disabled and deleted it temporarily. Then guess what happened? I ended up crashing on the next mod that then had moved up to the spot that one was occupying. It was then that I discovered it isn't actually the mods that is causing it in the loader, at least not in my case. It's the actual spot in the loader. For whatever reason, this particular spot, whatever mod is occupying it, it's going to crash. I also just now realized that some of my mods are disabled again. Excuse me a second. That is another annoying bug that is constantly going on. But in any case, sometimes I'm able to go ahead and scroll all the way through my loader with no issue. Sometimes I can scroll down, but as I'm trying to move stuff back up, it will then crash. And again, it's always in that spot. It seems to be there is something wrong with the loader in that particular area. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to prevent it. But if you are crashing when you're scrolling in your loader, take a really good close look and see, is it doing it in the exact same spot every time? If it is, that's most likely because the loader is screwed up in that particular area. It doesn't seem like it does it if I check the loader from in-game, where it's actually the older loader. You'll notice where it's still check marked instead of these diamonds. It's fine to scroll there, but of course you can't turn anything on or off there or rearrange it. Likewise, rearranging stuff here in the loader, the mod loader eventually just puts it back where it wants to. You guys might experience a quick cut as I just saved my footage before I do this in case I crash so I don't have to re-record all that. But there is a temporary workaround to this. By pressing the touchpad, brings up this option, Load Order Archive, giving you the option to save your current load order to Bethesda.net. So go ahead and select yes on this. There'll be a slight pause and it will tell you that it has been saved. Select OK, then hit circle to back out. It will put you back to the top of the loader where you see Creation Club content, and now anything that you had in the loader, the amount of mods that you had, as well as their placement, will be saved to Bethesda Net. As I'm moving these around just to show that it will put it back, see, that should be good enough. Go ahead and hit touchpad again, hit Restore Load Order from Bethesda Net. Go ahead and select yes on this screen, give it a second, hit circle, and you'll see that it's back to like it was. Now, some things to keep in mind about this, I haven't completely thoroughly tested it, so I would suggest doing this when you have a current mod loader that you're using, that all the mods in there you know are good, you know they're active, and they're where you want them at. Make a save. I do not know what would happen if you try to restore an order with mods that are no longer in your order. If they were deleted, I don't know if it re-downloads them or what, so there are some things to keep in mind there. This is just kind of show a way that you can get these back in the order that you want them without having to manually move them all the time, but just know the mod loader is going to put them back where it wants eventually. However, in my case, a lot of them it doesn't. It's just certain ones. I don't know what is triggering it. One thing to keep in mind is you can select creations from the pause menu while you're in game. In here, the loader, for me at least, has not crashed, and so you can go ahead and access it this way so you can at least see that everything is checkmarked. As you'll notice, this is the old mod loader as we have the checkmark system, and you are able to see if it's checkmarked and exactly where the stuff is at in the loader, if it's been reordered or not. For newer players, you do need to be aware you can't actually enable or disable or move your mods using this method. This is just so that you can see them, also read the descriptions if you need to know something about a mod. So that is just a few bugs that I did want to go over that I thought could be useful information to somebody to either hopefully help them prevent crashing or at least understand maybe why they are crashing if you're crashing like the reason why I am, like for example with the mod loader scrolling in the same area. But in any case, I hope the video was helpful, and again, for you PS5 users that need it, please check out the previous video on the channel for how to avoid crashing when going into the creations page. That is courtesy again of OmegafrazGaming, and if you would like to see it actually in action on a PS5 as I shot mine on a PS4, then one of my viewers, James Emerson, who has a YouTube channel, the Stoners Roundtable Podcast. It's a small channel, he's just starting out. Head over there, give him some support, check out his video. Name of the video is Skyrim PS5 Creation Access Method Works. It will be linked in the description box down below. Just hit show more. But you can see that the method does work on a PS5. He goes over that he crashed a few times trying it, but he did get in. So what he did, he also discussed a couple of mods that gave him issue. I think if I remember correctly, he said about 0KB. So there's some interesting stuff there for you. So definitely go check his channel out and give him some support, as again, he is a newer channel, a new creator. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Take care, everybody. This has been a Streaming Freedom Video Bulletin. Peace out.